Hey, this is Andy from Every Time I Die, and you're listening to Louder.
So I'm here with Notorious Andy of Every Time I Die. How you doing, man?
I'm alright. I'm good. I'm all a bit... I feel 38 today. Okay. Extremely. 38.
Is it the heat?
We haven't played a show yesterday. Well, yesterday was the first time we played a show in 6 months. So, everything hurts right now.
But I thought there was one. I've seen some announcements about somewhere close to Buffalo. There was one after Christmas.
No. The last time we played a show was December 22nd.
Okay, and you were locked up in the studio for the last few weeks?
Yeah. So, I mean, we were playing, but we just weren't playing.
What does it mean?
We haven't played on stage. We were just riffing in a room.
Okay, so nothing with crowds?
No.
Okay. So talking about crowds, you guys are known for having extreme shows.
Yeah.
Jumping off stuff, making people jump off stuff. How do you guys deal with the new restrictions that venues make you not do stuff, like not instigate crowd surfing or stuff like that?
You gotta just figure out different ways to do things and be evasive on, like, don't say, hey, crowd surf. You just have to word it differently.
Okay. Any tricks that you can teach me?
I think
languages?
Keith is the one. Keith always says, he's like, hey, we wouldn't be bummed if you guys got on people's shoulders and, like, came to the front. And, like, you just have to word it differently. It's not crowd surfing.
Okay.
You're just getting up on your buddy's shoulders.
Sounds like the metal version of Big PC.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great way to put it.
Another weird crowd interaction the band had was, I think it was a few years ago already, but was it maybe earlier this year? I think Jordan had a...
Oh, like kick the phone out of
yes.
the kid's head.
So I know a lot of artists are saying, please don't take pictures, or for your benefit, don't enjoy the show through cell phones.
Yeah.
But what's your opinion about that?
I mean, I never really had an opinion. I get real weird. Like, me on stage is a completely different person. Like, as soon as I get off stage, I'm, like, happy-go-lucky. On stage, I'm not, like, a smiley guy. I don't know. Like, I get in, like, a different mind frame and, like, riff and, like, take it more... I mean, I'm more serious about that than anything else, right? And, sometimes I can get pretty intense. Like, if someone comes up to try to get a selfie, I mean, they're going to get, like, a face palm or, like, get away from me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it happened with, was it The Story So Far?
Yeah, well, he, like, booted into the crowd. Like, that poor girl, but whatever. Like, that type of stuff is, like, if you get on stage, I think it's just anything goes. Like, you're coming into our world on that way. I'm not saying I'm going to punch you or anything like that, but it's just, like, I'm literally playing the guitar. Yeah. So if you come up and you start touching my hands, I'm now not going to be able to play guitar. You know what I mean? Like,
I know you're not playing anything right now, but I'm still scared of touching you. So
yeah, but
in your zone.
I would never do anything like that. But it's like, perfect example. Like, you can, like, dude, this happens all the time. Like, the guy that wants to stage dive, but, like, he needs, like, the run up. So he just starts backing up. He's just going like this. And then it goes, and his hand goes on the neck of your guitar, and he's holding the strings. So now I'm just standing there, and it's just, he's feeding back for me. I'm supposed to be playing. And then just stands there, and it's like, dude, you're like, now you're messing the show up for everybody.
You need to push.
You gotta go. Perfect example.
Okay, and how about actually using phones while in the crowd? So they're not on stage, they're not bugging you.
I was gonna say, I went and saw Pussifer play, and, like, Maynard has all these characters that he plays. Like, it's the singer of Tool, and he does, like, it's kind of like an electronic. It's a different thing than Tool.
Okay.
But he kind of has, like, all these characters that he plays, and, like, before they start playing, there's, like, a sheriff, like him as a sheriff, and he literally tells people, he's like, please don't use your phone, like. And I kind of see it, like, where it's like, when I was a kid, there was always be like guys that would film the shows, and everybody would just go to them and be like, hey man, can I buy the tape off you or whatever. That, like, doesn't exist anymore because everybody's like, and I didn't care. I was just like, I don't want to do that. That sucks. Like, I just got to sit there and film. I want to, like, enjoy the show. So, like, I kind of see it that way, where it's like, I don't know. I want people to be stoked. You know what I mean? And, like, I don't think that's a way to get stoked. Like,
it's all about getting hits on Facebook or YouTube or,
you know what,
like that, and you're not enjoying the show that you paid for.
Yeah. I am not a guy that, like, I have a pedestal, right? So I have Every Time I Die. If I wanted to talk about political views, I have, and, you know, you got to think of, like, the ETID universe. is somewhere around like 200,000 people. You know what I mean? Like around the world. So if I really wanted to get a point out, I can go online and say what I want. You know what I mean? With that being said, I also, at that point in time, speak for 4 other members who probably don't have the same views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just don't like pushy people. I think that sucks. I think that, like, when people, like, use that, now everybody has that pedestal where you can go on Twitter and you can say things and do things. And a lot of people just do it just to say it. And they want to get the reaction. They don't really mean anything. There's not any heart behind anything. It's just like Donald Trump. Blah, blah, blah. They want to see like how people react to it. You know what I mean? They want to just like, and 9 times out of 10 they don't even know. Like I have people that say the meanest stuff to me, like online, where it's just like when I started wrestling and like now they want to like you got like
you want to start something.
You're horrible, like blah blah, like you get out of wrestling, well, they say stuff and it's like, dude, if I was face to face with you, you would kiss my butt and just tell me how sick I am. And that's literally how it is. And then you're going to go online and you're going to like talk. And it's been like that since the internet or whatever like that. I just think like just chill out and just enjoy life. That's how I look at it.
It just gave people a new platform to be a safe bully. So just say whatever.
Just in general. Yeah. It's just a safe. There's no heart behind any of it. It's not like whether you're like trying to like push someone in a positive way. That's like my favorite thing too is like the people that are like, well, I'm trying to help people. Oh, because you put an inspirational meme up? Killer, man. You change lives, man. Like the cat hanging from the rope that said like, hang in there. The world is just different now. Like, you know what I mean? Or you could just go and be like, hey man, my friend's bummed out. I'm going to go hang out with him, which means a lot more. And you don't have to say like, hang in there. You can just hang out with the guy and get food. You know what I mean?
Just send him a link. It's easier.
Yeah. Here's a meme, dude.
You've mentioned that you started wrestling recently.
Yeah.
Is you wrestling affected the writing process in any way instead of being creative?
A little bit. Yeah.
So instead of meditating or drinking together, you just wrestle each other?
Yeah. The other guys aren't into wrestling. So, but it's like, for me, I get so entrapped with writing that like Jordan has so many other outlets, and like he has a child, he has his art, and like I have nothing. I have a shitty little dog. Oh, sorry. I have a crappy little dog. Give you that one back. You can edit that out. A crappy little dog. And like I hang out with the same best friend that I've had since I was 8 years old, and that's what I do. So like every day I get up, I go to the gym, I like run with my little dog, and then like just go home and start writing. And I'll write for like 8 hours, just sit there, right out with a guitar, and then I send Jordan just demos. And like it gets to that point where Jordan's like, dude, stop, please, I can't keep up with it. Like I can't keep up with it. Like just slow down. So now with wrestling, slowed me down. Like I don't have to just sit there for 8 hours and do it. Now I'm like, I get to go to the gym and work out, but then I also get to go to like train, and then I get to like I study wrestling, and then while I'm studying wrestling, I'm playing the guitar, and then at the end of the night, I'll sit for like an hour and like demo the stuff that I have. Where like now I'm not demoing 8 hours of stuff. Like it's actually like I don't know, like trim the fat. You know what I mean? It helped me last year.
Okay, but it definitely is not colliding in the studio. The band is not in any danger.
No, I did have knee surgery 8 days ago though.
Okay, but you're good now, so you can kick fans off the stage now.
No, last night was a eye-opening experience. I like just braced up, got up there, and I was like, guys, I'm sorry I can't move like I normally do. Like I have this problem, and then literally moved exactly like I always do. Went hard and was very sore. I'm very sore right now.
So you're telling me you shouldn't have sugar, but you're having sugar, and you shouldn't move that way.
It's you, man. You're killing me.
7 albums in.
Yeah.
And as you've mentioned already, people are commenting left and right online, and people like comparing the new stuff to Hot Damn all the time.
Oh, it's always going to get compared to.
I'm not going to say anything about that, but how do you guys talk about artistic authenticity and fan loyalty? Does it concern you guys, or just we're going to do what we want to do?
You have to like. I think this way of like writing a record. I don't think people do it like this. We try to write the best set list. So like when you're writing a record, you like try to write a set list. So you have to think of like an imaginary crowd and go like, oh, here's like a fast song that's gonna like get them off this way. Here's a rock song that's gonna get them off this way. Here's like a low tuned like dirgy song that's going to get them off this way. Okay, let's bring it back to like a fast song. You know, like you kind of have to think of like peaks and valleys. You know what I mean? And like you try to get a crowd off. So like that one day you can have that like, hey, we're going to play this entire record and people are going to be stoked. You know what I mean? Where like I don't think bands write like that. I just think they write a bunch of songs and then just throw them on a record. Or like they don't think about the live show. Like we're always, that's where we don't get to see you listen to the record. I don't get to go with you in like your car and be like, whoa, this guy's really digging this record, man. We get to see it live.
With the internet, you can. Somebody's going to post something about it.
Hey, watch my Periscope. I'm just going to drive around and listen to this record.
Yeah, with a Chewbacca mask.
Yeah.
One final question. Keith mentioned a few years ago and also kind of renewed it again a few days ago with the Acid at Warped Tour post.
Oh, yeah.
So about him and fans that bands are not your best friends and you should be awkward next to band members.
Yeah.
So is there still a separation, that distance? Should it still exist?
I think it just in general it should. Like, you should be. You should have to like go walk up to people and trust people. But the thing is, like, okay, this is like with Every Time I Die, I'm gonna go out and watch a band, and I'm gonna watch them with you. You don't have to pay. You can stand next to me, and we can enjoy a band together. If you're paying $250 to go backstage to get this VIP thing, and a guy comes out with a towel on and goes, hey, and then just leaves, he's not your friend. He just wants $250. So, like, there's no way to establish any type of relationship. Those VIP things are like, that's pure garbage. And if a band does that, they don't give a crap about you. You know, as a fan, they just want your money.
But if I'm seeing you walking up and down the roads at Warped Tour,
it's like I'm going out there. Like, come up to me and hang. I'm watching bands. You know what I mean? Like that's it. And I think that's what he meant on that. Where it's like with all these like things, like people come up and they want a picture with you, and like they're just like. Just stone-faced and just they don't give they don't care.
You talking about the bands or the?
I'm talking about
the
band
fans.
I'm talking about band dudes. They just don't care. You know what I mean? And like I think that's what Keith meant about that, where it's like, and I don't think he was like saying like reflecting on us, saying like, hey, we're the guys that like we're gonna hang out with you. I think he just meant in general, like a lot of people put a lot of heart in like meeting these people. 9 times out of 10, you're probably paying to see them. Like, you have to think about it, and like, you only get the 10 minutes. You get to wait in a line. Like, it's just a weird thing. Like, I don't know.
I think between Justin Bieber that said he's not going to take pictures with fans anymore, and I think there was one. What's her name? Avril Lavigne. Apparently, people stood in line to take a picture with a cardboard figure of her. So they paid, and that was a VIP experience.
How nice is that?
Yeah, amazing.
She cares.
Yeah. So, anything else I can get from you about the new album that was just recorded?
It's sick.
Anything not cliche?
Saying sick is so cliche.
Or heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy, dude. That's the way, like, if... This is awful. I'll tell them a little secret. If I'm checking out your band and you come up to me after and I say, oh, dude, it's heavy, it means I really didn't like it. I'm just trying to make you feel good. Brandon from, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'll say it anyways.
Well, it's going to be aired in a few weeks anyway.
Yeah, Brandon from Panic at the Disco does a guest vocal on it.
That's cool.
Killer. Tim Singer from Dead Guy, which is like one of our like what the band started because we all worship this band from New Jersey called Dead Guy. We found him and have him sing on the record. I don't know. It's just a really. We started like the song. The record starts with a really weird song that like I don't know. It's like really weird.
Even darker than Moore?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like on the same thing, and I got like super into like the idea of like vision quests.
Okay.
Like
computer games.
No. Like sweat lodges, like Indian sweat lodges, Native American sweat lodges, and just like seeing stuff, TMT, stuff like that.
Why am I not surprised at?
And I got really into like the desert, like when I was writing this record. So a lot of stuff has like this. I don't know if you're familiar with that band Caius. There's like an old desert rock band called Caius, and like I feel like there's a lot of vibe of like there's a lot of desert vibe on the record.
Okay, so is it going to be called Burning Man?
Not that weird.
Okay.
Although Burning Man is sick.
So do you have a due date? When is it coming out?
Late September. I don't know in the 20s.
Okay, something to expect.
Somewhere in there.
Okay, is there anything else you want to add, say to fans and listeners? Somebody's mom?
Yeah. Just I would say just keep up on some stuff. I think we're gonna keep dropping some teasers on our like social media stuff. I don't know. Just I don't know. Listen to music. That's it. Go buy some music. Listen to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy, of Every Time I Die, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I like the fact that I swore one time talking about the one thing I love.
Your dog.
Yeah. Like, I love him more than anything.
Swearing doesn't necessarily mean it's a negative thing.
No. But I did call him crappy. He's a great dog.